Are we ready, guys? We're going to build this baby tonight. Please be scared with me if I cut this glue. Last time I did this, I cut myself. I'm not going to cut myself today. I'm not. Let's just leave it there. Okay, I'm going to try and use as much of this glue as I can before it dries up on me. Just try and open this page. And there I am. Hi guys, we're going to put this baby together tonight. So let me just put this glue down. What we're going to do is I'm real shaky. I haven't been on for the last week. I've been sick. So I haven't finished this yet with you guys. But tonight we're going to put it all together. Now with this, I'm going to try... No. I'm going to try not the glue stick, but a roll of glue. And do it right to the edge and see if this will work. And lay down properly and not be all wrinkly. So we'll try it on this back wallpaper first. See if this works. If not, I'll have to put glue all over it, which will take forever. I haven't used this roll of glue before for things like this, so we'll see how it goes. Now this wallpaper is going to fit on perfectly. We just need to make sure it's the right side up. Tell me it's run out already. That'll be my luck. Alright, let's see how we go. Now that's the bottom because I haven't painted that bottom bit. And it goes this way up. Let's get him on properly because I don't know if I can move this once it's on. Alright, it's on. Cool. That's laid down. So hopefully that will do the job. Then we don't have to waste a bit of glue on that part. Now this is the floor. Oh, I'm so shaky. I'm a bit nervous putting this together tonight. I haven't done it for a whole week. This is scary. Hi everyone that's joining. I've got a little camera down here now so that I can sort of keep up with the chat. But as I'm concentrating on doing a piece, of course I won't be able to. So thank you for joining. We've been building this DIY miniature dollhouse for the last couple of weeks. And I was supposed to put it together with you this day, night, whatever it is in your country, last week. But I fell sick that day and I couldn't do it. So we're putting it together tonight. This is the floor. We'll just get it on straight. And I've been building all this with Essential Tremor, as you can see me shaking away. And as I said, because I haven't done it for a week, I suppose we've got to do things every day. If we put it down for a week, we've got to learn how to do it all again. My hands have to remember this is what we're doing, buddy. Come on. We've got this. Okay, now we're going to, that's stuck down. So that's good. And it's not all wrinkly. That's cool. All right, now the mat is going to go on here. We'll just do this now and get this out the way. Then the other, I gave you all your likes. Oh, thank you, IDKY. Thank you so much. Have you been joining me on these lives while I've been building this? I'll show you the picture in a minute, what I'm building tonight, or the set that I'm building tonight. I'm just going to put this sticky glue all over me mat, which I'll have to walk off. Okay, so this goes sort of about here. Okay, that looks straight. Cool. All right, now we've got to put the window and the window frame. So all our pieces are in here that we're putting together tonight. Just let me hold that desk so I don't knock him over. All these pieces we've been making in the last few weeks. Can you have little gummy bears? I live in Australia, in New South Wales in Australia, and the CBD oils and things, marijuana is illegal in our state. And I have tried the non-THC, but I need the THC, and we have roadside drug tests over here, so it's not something that's easily accessible or good for us, as in law-wise. So that's tough. We've got to make them realise that it's not all about enjoyment. Sometimes it is medically needed. And once again, like other countries, it is legal in other states, not in my one. But we shouldn't have to move states just for something that does seem to help us. So THC does help me, but I needed a lot of it in my system for it to help me. It's not just a little bit, so... And we have roadside drug tests. The police like roadside breath tests for alcohol. I'm hoping I'm not cutting the wood. I can't even see. As you can see, my head's going, my hands are going in opposite directions, mind you. Okay, I've got it. We'll feed in from the back just in case, but I've cut it pretty good, I think. I put it right on the side so I could, and I glued it before I came on so that glue could set for a minute. I'm hoping this glue isn't drying while it's sitting here because I'm going to need this baby. Oh, I'm going to spill it everywhere. It's the best glue, but I'm nearly out of it, as you can see. So on the back of this sheet, there's a little film. As you can see, it's very cloudy at the moment. I'll pull that film off. Voila. So if you're building these kits, remember there's a film on either side. I'd already taken the other side off when I had to glue it. So we're going to glue this into place. Let's move that out the way. We don't want to glue him in. And we're going to glue around the edge in here. Oh, come on, glue. Don't be dry. I've got a couple of glue bottles ready to go, but hopefully this one will last for a while because it's the best one. It's drying already. As soon as the air hits it. If the other glues don't stick like this, I'll have to quickly open another one of these kits and grab this glue out. Rolf, I need you to sponsor me, please, or at least sponsor me with your glue. I will talk about you every day. Actually, that's probably why you're not sponsoring me or answering my emails. because I do talk about your glue every day already. But as you can see, it's in a clear bottle. There's no name to it. There's no brand to it. If anyone's on works at Roller, please get them to contact me. I was very fortunate when I first did these kits, that the first kit I put together was a roll of kit with this glue. If I'd tried some of the other, because a lot of kits don't come with the glue. A lot of companies can't send batteries and glue in their kits. And some of the glues I've tried are absolute crap. They don't hold anything, and I need stuff that's going to hold straight away, as you will see with this glue. So is there a nicer side? I painted this as well. I want a side with not any glue on it, actually. It doesn't matter because you're not going to, that's going to go over the top anyway. Let's just poke it in here. There's a glue string straight across that corner. Okay, so he's in, and so he's not going anywhere. That's how good that glue is. Rolf, I need you. I need you. But have you heard about new MRI guide? Is that the focused ultrasound? I have. I only found out about those things. Now, I've had a central tremor all my life. I only found out about all those things when I started shaking then. 20 months ago I've been going now, putting up live videos every week on Facebook. And then onto Instagram, YouTube, now TikTok, doing lives twice a day now, building these miniature doll houses. But I'm going to have a change. There's one of the companies sponsor me. I'm going to do something else. Although once I've put this one together, I'm going to finish off the other one I'm doing on my other daytime lives with you. Because that one's still going to take me a while and I want to get into it and get it done. Having the last week off has put me way behind time with these doll houses. So I'm just putting this glue around the edges. Okay. I've got to hurry because that glue's going to dry. So I'll try and stick the things I need the most glue stuck to on first with that glue. That was really bad. There's glue oozing everywhere. Just let me clean this up a touch so you're going to notice it all. Yes, yes, sorry. So the focused ultrasound, I have heard of it, but that and the deep brain stimulation still scare the crap out of me. I don't want them drilling in my head and shooting beams in my head. But because I've had this all my life, this is actually a normal way of life for me. I haven't known a day without shaking, so I'm not ready to go to that extreme, but some people are. My heart goes out to the people that get this midlife because it can come on at any time in life. And it progresses, and it can progress at different stages. So I'm nearly 51. So this is like 50 years progression for me. And now I have the whole body tremors. You can see my head. I have a Yes Yes head trimmer. You can't see it when I look straight on to you as much as you can side on. But at the moment, I've got my head in a position. I don't think it's trimmering at the moment. I can sometimes get my neck into a position that I can hold it, but see, if I move it a bit, then it'll be off again. Essential trimmer is a movement, action, postural trimmer. But if we can rest our hands or get it to our head to a spot that we can hold it, then we can. Because it's not a resting trimmer. So if I put my arms down, you can't see it as much, but I'm still trimmering. I trimmer from the inside as well. I have internal trimmers, so they come from the inside out, and it feels like you're shivering all the time from the inside out, but you're not. So what we're doing is putting this DIY miniature dollhouse together, because I'm a fool for even trying things like this. All right, we're going to put the pieces onto the bits first. So we've already done this piece that's going to go onto the desk. So I'm going to do this little one first, dress this with all these little pieces, and then we'll put that onto the desk, because the other day I picked it up and the tip of the knife has come off, and I know I've got to glue that back on. But if we glue all these pieces and the desk pieces back together, I've put these pieces, then I can start putting the stuff on. Because as you can imagine, I can't put the walls up yet, as they say. They've already said that I should have the walls up together, and I can't. Because when I go to put these pictures onto the back wall, I'm going to knock that wall off. I'm going to knock that wall sideways. So I've got to work out how to do it, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to stick that stuff to the wall while the wall's laying down, and then pick it all up and put it onto the floor that way, rather than trying to do it the way they tell me. There's no way I can do it that way with shaking like I do. So we'll put this over to the side just to set it and dry. We don't need this yet, because we're going to dress this little side desk. Now this is going to go beside the desk, and it's going to go up against the wall. So let's get some of the pieces that's going to go on there. The little wooden book that we made. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to break things when I pick them up. Although this is just wood, we had to glue 2 bits of wood together and wrap the wire around. This little desk I had to make, just put together, then paint, and then make the little gold handles to go on the front. So we're going to stick that on top of this little desk. And we're going to stick, we made 2 little hammers out of little bits of wood, and I had to cut a white lollipop stick and paint the tips black, paint the handles brown. So one has to go, the big one has to glue on the top. The little one has to glue onto a bead out of my little tray. I'm going to bring my little tray over, carefully, because I drop things. I can't be trusted. Whew. So this little bead here is going to have the little hammer glued on top of it, sitting on the second shelf. I hate second shelf stuff. It's too hard for me. Now, we need a few more pieces out of here. Don't think we need anything else out of here. No. But we need 2 pieces out of here. And one of them is thank goodness I didn't have to make these. One of them is a pair of scissors that's going to sit on the second shelf next to that bead. And this little Eiffel Tower is going to go onto the shelf up on the wall. It's just a little Eiffel Tower figurine. So let's glue this stuff on. before this glue dries completely, I want to stick this hammer onto here first so that it can get stuck on while it's sitting here. Because this glue, it doesn't take long to set. But it's better if I just leave the thing sit for a second. I'm not knocking them over and wiping all the glue off. Oh, good God. Alright, this little one's going to go on top here. No, hey, can you ask what's wrong with you new to your page? Well, welcome, and thank you for asking. And that's what I'm here for, raising awareness for essential tremor. As you can see up on the wall there, the way it's written as if it's something that we need, and this definitely isn't something that we need. But in the dictionary, the medical term for essential means unknown cause. So that's why it's called essential tremor, because they don't know. In over 50% of cases, it's hereditary, and in my case, it is. I'm a 4th generation ETer in my family, but I'm the only one that's had it from birth. Sorry, I'm going to try with my tweezers to put this in here. See if I can do this. I'm going to put it down. And now all my 4 children have ET as well. They're 5th family generation ETers now. And I think I got it from birth. I think I got the double whammy because it sort of comes from both sides of my family, my mum and dad's side. Okay, so I've got this tight because I had to push it in there. So I'm going to put this in on this shelf I've already glued in there. Let's hope I can let go of it now. Yeah, got it. Alright, let's turn it a bit. Can I? That'll do. Let's just leave it. I'll show you all this stuff when I've finished. You have the same set. You're doing that one now. What a coincidence. That's wonderful. It's it hasn't been too bad. And I love that it's bigger furniture. It's not super small, but it's still difficult, as you know. It's still frustrating, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. All right, let's put these scissors in here. And we can't have things coming out the back either. And these scissors are huge. Can't have things coming out the back because it's going to sit against the wall. So with essential tremor, when I wasn't diagnosed though until I was 27, even though I had all my life. I just thought I was a nervous person. I've got to try. There's a little aluminium roll that we rolled up. I've got to try and pick it up. I don't want to break everything around it. All right, so this little tiny roll is going to go on top of the table as well. So thank you everyone for joining me, watching me put this baby together. We've been doing this one now for a couple of weeks. And last week I wasn't on. I was off sick last week. And this kit is called Jimmy's Studio from the company Roleff, this one. And tonight we're putting it all together. It could take me a couple of hours. Sorry, if you're not going to hang around, that's fine. If you can't hang around, I will put this one up onto YouTube when I've finished, actually. So we're going to stick the wooden book onto here. I'm going to glue onto the book, actually, because it's got that bit of wire that wraps around. So that's going to be the trouble, trying to get the glue to stick the book down, because it'll want to stick that wire. Okay. Let's see if it works. And while I'm doing it, I've got to try not to knock those handles off the front. I got it, I think. Alright, that's on. Now we've got to put the hammer. It's 12:24 in Croatia. Hello, Croatia. is that AM or PM? It's 9:25 PM here on Monday night in Australia. So I'm just trying to get some of this glue. This glue is going to dry on me very soon. It's getting real yuck, but I've got to use it. It's the best glue, and it'll save everything moving. So as you can imagine, if it was normal glue, it wouldn't stick that good, and I'd be having real trouble. This stuff's sort of like super glue, but it's not. It doesn't stick your fingers together. All right. Right, that one's dressed done. Whew, done it. Okay, so the little bead with the hammer on top is down there. The little scissors and the workbook, the hammer. So that is going to go against the desk. Now the desk, oh, I did. I should have glued it. If you've been with me through this journey, we had to make 3 of these tiny little hooks. Now all they are is just that. And there's 4 little holes in this bottom shelf of the desk here, if you can see it. The other night, I went to put one of these in here. I flung 3 across the room. And I can't find them. I had to make another 3, and then I got this one in there, and I thought, beauty, it's in. I haven't touched it. I just picked up the desk and it fell out. And there's 2 more I've got to put in there too. Oh, God, these things, they're crazy. All right. And the way I flung them across the room was because I had them in the tweezers. As I had them in the tweezers flicked and ting across the room. I couldn't believe it. I nearly cried. The patience you have is envious. I don't know about patience. I think I'm stupid for even attempting this sometimes. Especially when it happened the other night. I thought, oh, you're kidding me. So I'm going to put the biggest blob of glue here, which is going to look ridiculous, but I'm going to do it because we're going to stick these babies in. We're not letting them go anywhere this time. All right, let's do this. Oh, God. I can't believe I have to do it. I was going to leave 2 to do with you even after I got the first one in because it took me, as I said, hours to put the first one in. Move that chair over there, I'm going to break him. All right, here's the other 2. So, how am I going to do it tonight? I'll try with my fingers first. I've got to get that one in the back hole first. I'm going to knock that handle off that drawer by doing it. Oh, I got the tip in. I'm going to push it in. Oh yeah, got it. Sorry guys, I can't show you. Got it. Okay. Now the next one. I'm just trying to get these little hooks we made into these little holes. Can't even see the holes. I've just got to do it by feel. And hope I don't knock that drawer handle off. That glue is good because it's making them stand up, and then I can get me nail under them and slide them in. Or maybe the tweezers this way because I don't have to hold it. I do, but I just got to grab it and push down. All right, got it. Got it. Alright, that's 2. Third one. And I do it all, although with this one I did cheat. What is you making? It is a miniature DIY dollhouse. This one is an office called Jimmy's Studio. I'll show you a picture in a second. I'm just trying to get these little hooks into the... Oh, by George, she's done it. Just push it down a bit with my thumb. Now they're not... I haven't pushed them down fully. But they're stuck because of that big blob of glue I put. So they're in. All right, we did it. Whew. As I said the other night when I put those in, or one of them in, and I flung 3 across the room, I couldn't believe it. I'd make another one, grab hold of it, go to put it in, fling across the room again. I nearly cried in the end. No, I didn't cry. I was dropping every F-bomb I could by that stage. All right, now we're going to put this desk up here, but we're going to put we made a little glass jar. Now, this was just a box we had to put together, and we had to put the door handles on. So this little glass jar, we just had to put a label on it. We didn't have to make the glass jar. It was made for us. And cut a bit of wire and bend the wire in half and stand it in the jar, which I will show you once I stick it on the top here. And the label's the right way. All right, so I don't know what that bit of wire is for, but that's what they wanted us to do. So that's going to go over in this corner over here. Let's put the placemat on first. Now this placemat, I'm going to break things. I thought this tray was a good idea having everything laying in there, but I'm going to break things. All right, I have knocked the knife blade off there, so there it is. So there's the little knife blade. We've got to put him back on to the knife handle. And we had to make all these things. We just had to roll a bit of wire up for the roll, but make the handle, put a bit of red paper around the handle, and then make this blade out of aluminium and stick it to the end. But when I picked this sheet up the other night, the knife fell off. So I'm trying to stick it back on, but this glue is getting dry. It's going to be a big ugly blob, but we can cover it with this aluminium because my finger just wiped all that glue off that was on it. I'm not even putting it on the stick, I'm putting it onto the placemat. That's alright, we can fix it so it looks like it. Alright, cool. Got it. And we had to make the little set square out of a bit of aluminium. That was supposed to be longer, but I cut it down. It was hanging off the edge. I was going to keep knocking it off. So we're going to put this into the middle of the desk. Then we've got a few more things to go on this desk still. Come on, glue. Just last a bit longer. Because we haven't really got too much more. Oh, we have, but... You have a central tremor too, Patty Harrison. My maiden name's Harrison. See, it is hereditary. It's in the Harrison family. It is actually my grandmother, my dad's mum, Harrison. She shook when I was a kid. And I shook since I was born. So when I was a kid, I thought she shook because she was old. I didn't think she shook the same as me because she never got diagnosed, so we never knew why she shook. We just thought she shook because she was old. I was one of 4 siblings, and we were always outside playing in the 70s, hurting ourselves. And just put a bit more glue under here. And no doctor ever asked my parents why I shook, so we just thought I was a nervous person. My youngest brother, I have an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. My older brother and younger sister don't shake, but my brother under me do, so us middle 2 do. But he started shaking when he was in his teenage years, so we didn't think he was the same as me. Sorry if you're writing, Patty. I'll have a look in a second. Don't write too much because I can't scroll back. And so he was going through a bad stage at that time, so we just thought he'd fried his nerves or something. So we still didn't associate what he had the same as what I had. And I wasn't diagnosed till I was 27. So to me, I was a nervous person. You can't catch that. So to us, of course he didn't have what I had because I was a nervous person. Or a nervous kid than a nervous adult. Okay. I've glued them on the wrong way, but that's all right. We'll work with this. It's just a hair, but it helps sometimes when you stop, take a picture. That's right. The breathing does help me too, because if I'm shaking it like this up here, and Jacob, this is why I'm shaking. I have a central tremor, and thank you for asking. And welcome to my page and thank you for wanting to know. The breathing, sorry, if I'm up there and if I do a couple of deep breaths, I can knock the tremors down a bit, and I will show you once I stick this on. I want to try and get this on before the glue dries. Now behind this is a little miniature dollhouse, sort of like an architect office, this one. Miniature dollhouse for our miniature dollhouse. And he's going to sit here on the desk. Right there. The flower pot is going to go behind him. You were in your 30s when you started. My kids, all 4 of my kids now have it. They all have it. They got it in their teenage years. And they would just, one by one, they'd come home from school and say, "Oh, good on you, Mum. You gave me your shakes. I was doing something at school today and I started to shake." I'd say, "Oh, you'll be right." Because I wasn't diagnosed till I was 27, still to this day, I've lived longer with it not knowing what it was than knowing what it was. So to me, knowing what it is isn't a big deal, because the doctor explained to me that you have essential tremor. It's where your body just finds it essential to tremor. There's no medication specific for ET. There's no treatments. There's no cure. How do you live with it? And I said, well, I just live with it. To me, I thought it was just me. It's a normal way of life to me. She said, well, good, keep living with it. So I did try some of the medications, but they didn't work for me. I suppose by then, 27 years of progression, I had it in my head, my whole body by then. So the meds, I suppose I was too far gone for the meds. I don't know, but no one else in my family shakes as bad as me. But no one else has had it all their life either. My parents now have it. My dad has it in his hands. My mum is shaking. She says it's on the medication she's on that's making her shake, but I don't know. I remember Mum having the shaky handwriting when I was a kid, and I had to decipher her letters for my teachers at school, so I think they've had it longer than what they're saying. Okay, now the next thing we've got to put on this desk is a little coffee cup, and then we're done. Now that flower's going to fall out. I have to bend him up somehow. All right, now this is the little coffee cup. I don't have to make that, thank you. Yeah, they had you on Primadone. They've done nothing. That helped your husband the most, and they put him on the patch. Can't remember the name. Is that the Vox? Sorry for your ignorance. GMS with Zara, it's not ignorance at all, darling. That's what I'm on here for, to raise awareness. No, it's not painful. It's just exhausting. It's exhausting. We're shaking away. Last week I was sick. My tests, I did one, and 2 hours later it came up with a very faint positive. I don't know whether I did it wrong or whether I did the next 3 wrong or not, but the next 3 were all negative, so I'm not sure what I had. But it had my internal tremors going crazy. And that's when you feel like your body's tremoring from inside, like you're shivering from your bones. And my internal tremors were going berserk. Now I can use the tweezers with this on because I've got it hard. We're going to just put this here. Done. Get off. Done. I love it when a plan comes together. All right, now we've got to... What do we have to do now? Now we've got to start putting it together. There is a wall shelf that one of the arms has come off, this one. I'm going to glue him back on. Bugger. So it's not painful, no. It's just exhausting. I can't... If I've got to do things, put my hands above my head, that will make my tremors go berserk in my whole body. There is a video up on my page where I just put 3 towels on the clothesline not long ago, and it had my whole body going. And it does, and that's, once you get your arms down, you can rest them, and you're all right, but yeah, it is exhausting. It is. But not painful. And that is the best thing with essential tremor. Parkinson's has all the added health problems that come with it. ET doesn't. It is dangerous with our balance and things like that, the shakier we get. And holding knives. Don't hold knives. Don't hold knives. They're dangerous. But... as I said, I've had it all my life, so this is actually a normal way of life to me. If a cure came out tomorrow, I think I'd have to learn how to do everything all over again, because I've compensated for my shakes all my life. As you can see, my arms are tucked in now. People have told me you need to relax your arms a bit, you need to relax your shoulders. I can't. I need my arms tucked in. If I had my arms out here trying to do it, there's no way in the world I can do it, because I have no control of my arms shake as well. But with my arms in, that helps control my arms a bit, and then it's my hands I've got to contend with. At least I've got my arms in. So on top of this, we're going to put our little flower pot that we made with our little paper flowers. There are green leaves in there, but you can't see them. And the little Eiffel Tower has to go on top of this shelf as well. So I'm just going to let that dry for a second first. Okay, one last thing we've got to do is this wire has to go across from wall to wall. I don't know where it's going to fit. I don't know how it's going to fit. And I don't know, just do I wrap it on, hope for the best, or that is something I think is going to have to be on the when I put the wall together. But the problem is that I'm going to break things here. The problem is that I've got to hang some things off this wire as well. So let's just see. Alright, so that it's got to go from there across to there. Alright. Okay. I've got to thread this one on here. Just be sure you can find a great neurosurgeon when you decide. Patty Harrison, what country in I understand that I eat almost everything from a soup spoon because they are, yeah, utensils are tough. One of my shaky friends from Michigan, Illinois, she sent me some weighted utensils, and I'd never heard of anything like that before. Because I'm over in Australia, we don't have anything. You're in America. Have you heard of the International Essential Tremor Foundation, the IETF? They're in Kansas, and they have brilliant information. They have a web page, www.essentialtremor.org, and it's all about essential tremor. It is brilliant, and on that page, please go to it and have a look. You can punch in what state you're in, and it will come up with a doctor near you that knows about essential tremor. Because the trouble is, around the world, not just in Australia, but around the world, a lot of doctors don't know about essential tremor. A lot of hospitals and nurses don't know about essential tremor. And, you know, I thought it was just Australia until I started shaking and I found the IETF. And I'll tell you, they have brilliant information. So www.essentialtremor.org. And also they have Facebook pages. On Facebook, there's brilliant Facebook support group pages for ETs. You punch in essential tremor up the top, and heaps of pages are going to come up. For support groups, you may even find one near you. On the weekend, actually. I wasn't well, so I didn't make it this weekend, and I'm really kicking myself. I've put my head down on my desk for hoping 5 minutes and fell asleep for the support groups. But I was supposed to join in with one in Kentucky and in one in Connecticut. And they do Zoom Facebook support group meetings where it's all other ETs. It's brilliant. I never knew there was anything out there like that for essential tremor, because in Australia, they don't want to know about it. They still don't want to know about it. I've been doing this 20 months, contacted so many people, and no one wants to know about it. Oklahoma near Texas country, a crafty country girl. Thank you for watching. I hope I'm building these properly. Having other crafters on here. Don't judge me. I'm trying my hardest. Alright. This flower pot's just not going to stand up. And I know why, because the flowers were sticking out the bottom. I couldn't cut them off close enough. And it's made it wobbly. So I've got to try and put enough glue underneath the bottom that'll level it out. So I'm putting a big blob again. I'm doing a lot of big blobs today, but this glue's drying out and it's going to make me sad when it's finished. Because I need it. Okay, so that's on. Alright, so we're going to start putting things on the walls. Let's go, guys. That took a bit, didn't it, to get set, but let's do it. We're going to... I'm moving this desk first because I don't need him yet. First I need this cupboard out. Now this cupboard, when we made that, then we had to make everything inside. And these are two little miniature doll houses as well. This one's a lounge room with a little fireplace and a little chair. And this one's a little bedroom with a bed. And then all the little gift box in the shelves. So we made that. That's going to sit here. Now what I'm going to do is just sort of check it out, because I've got to put the two picture frames that we had to paint, and then we had to cut a bit of the transparent sheet to cover the pictures. So there's plastic in there, and then put the pictures onto the back. Now these two have to go over here, but we've got to remember we're going to leave about 5mm for that wall to go against it too. So the big one's going to go here. I need to see on the picture what we're doing here. Let's have a look. Move some stuff. I need that. That's got to go on this wall too. Okay, so it sort of has to go about there, and then that about there, and then the shelf underneath. Now also on that cupboard, I've got to put two of the little hinges on this side. I haven't put them on. This shelf has to go underneath that picture frame. And this isn't level, okay. So I'm just sort of trying to mark out where I've got to stick them, because I've got to move this to stick these things on, of course. Oh, tappy tap. 6 years ago, you didn't know about it, the support groups, you mean? Yeah, it's crazy because they say essential tremor's been around since 1817. So over 200 years, and it's still not known. 205 years, it's still not known, and I can't understand how. Yeah. Michael J. Fox put Parkinson on the map, and essential tremor got forgotten, but pull that down just a touch to there. Alright, I'm going to move this. I moved it without breaking it. Alright. I hope I put these in the right spot. nice and straight. For how shaky my head is, I do have a pretty good aim with my head, but sometimes. Alright, I think that one's done. Let's do the... Right, this shelf's the point is going to be on that flower there. Point on that flower there. The point on that flower there. This one is going to go next to that. I've got to stick that that bit of wire above these two. It's upside down, you idiot. Now the picture's stuck. Come on, Claire, don't let me down. He's letting me down, I know it. So, Patty, I'm not sure if it was you that asked before about the focused ultrasound, or someone else did, but last year, in August last year, I was supposed to go to Parliament House with a company in Australia that are trying to get focused ultrasound put onto the Medicare subsidy list. And I was supposed to, so that, because at the moment it costs $30,000 out of our pockets to get it done, and it can only be done on one side. But COVID stopped that in August. Then I was supposed to go in October, and COVID stopped it again in October. And we were supposed to go again this year, but they've never come up with another date again. So I have no idea what's happening with that, but as I said, it's been tough. I've been doing this for 20 months, and I've helped out the International Central Tremor Foundation in Kansas. I've helped out the National Tremor Foundation in the UK. I'm helping ETers all around the world, and my own country doesn't want to know about me. It's ridiculous, but I'll keep going till they do. They need to do something for us. I've hidden away for 15 years, and I only started this just to... So my partner and I have 26 years. We'd never gotten married. And I said to him I wanted to get married for my 50th birthday, which was last year. It fell on a Saturday. I said, that's it, we're getting married, why not? COVID lockdown stopped it, of course, but we did end up getting married in March this year, but which was wonderful. But my I'd hidden away for 15 years, and I thought, how am I going to get married? Stand up in front of people shaking away. They don't all know what's wrong with me. I don't tell everyone. Only my closest, nearest and dearest know. And everyone else you try and hide it from. Which is silly, because it's it's pretty noticeable. The more you hide it, the more you shake. Now I've got two little hinges in here, two little gold bits of wire. I've got them, but I've got something else too. Oh. And these have got to go onto this cupboard. Oh shit, don't break it. As hinges on this side. I haven't put them on yet, so I just want to put them on. And then I'm going to glue... I've still got to glue that bit of wire on. Now these I can use the tweezers, as long as I don't flick it across the room. Like I said before, I flicked the level with the other side. I flick those little hooks for the desk before flying across the room 3 times. So these ones, I just want to pick them up carefully and drop them into place. Oh, tap, tap. Get on there. Alright, got him. And this one, you know what? Yeah. I was being fussy then because the top one on the other side is smaller, and so is this one. Alright, let's just make sure they're on. No. Stuck to my finger, not the cupboard. Oh shit, get off. Need more glue. My glue's going to be my problem. I haven't got much to go, really. Not too much. Get off me. Stick to the tweezers. Oh, God, come on. All right, got it. Okay, so this is going to glue there. Yep, beautiful. If those pictures aren't straight, too bad. All right. I've got to glue that end of the wire, which end? The skinny end over on this bit over here. Where's it going to go? It's got to go up there. Okay. So it's going to go over here. Now this is going to have things hanging off it. It's going to go sort of here. And I want it to dry on this side first. So when I have to pull it to glue it onto the other side, it's going to actually stick here. Don't move. Standing up. Just hold this for a sec. Okay. Happy with that. Now this cupboard, and then we can stand this wall up. The other wall, this wall, all we have to put on it with the window in it is the calendar. And then the rest get put onto the floor. So, let's see what bits stick out the back. Across here. just sort of put glue down the edges. Hope that'll do the job. It's all just blobs. Alright. That far in, and let's slide it up. Alright, beautiful. Now what I'll do, just push on the bigger bits, not the glass windows that are going to, doors that are going to push in, or on those doors that are going to push in. Not on handles that are going to come off. Okay. And we'll put up against on the floor. Wait up at the floor. Alright, beautiful. It's standing up with that cupboard. So it should be right. At least the cupboard's not pushing off the floor. See that stand there? I love it when it starts coming together. Alright, so on this one I've just got to put the calendar, and then I can put these two walls together because the rest I can put in. The calendar has fallen apart a bit too, so I have to re-glue that. The little silver bit off the top come off. I'm going to go to some other glue now. I'm going to glue this one. So I got this one's like, hopefully it'll stick as quick. This glue came in a kit. Called IIE Create, the kit, the company's name was, but it had exploded all out the top of the bottle. It does have a little bit left, so let's see how it goes. See if it's a good one. And as you can tell, they don't name any of their glues or things. Oh, come on, bugger. I'll tell you, I have a lot of trouble with the glue in these things. They drive me insane. Let's just... Oh, I don't need that much. I'm only doing the calendar. I thought I was putting the wall on. He's going to go onto here. Okay, so the little calendar top, the silver bit come off. So all these actually have dates on them. All those pages are concertinaed in with all the dates from January to February. And that's going to go sort of here. It's just a bit of cardboard at the back there. Had to fold in half. Alright, so it's going to go sort of right there. Wherever it falls, that will do. Okay, let's put these up. That's got a glue onto there, but I'm not going to do that yet. Actually, while I've got this laying down, I'm going to glue those things onto the beam. What we made for the beam to go on that bit of wire was we had to cut this bit of paper out, fold it in half, glue it together, then make the paper clip on the top up there, and then make that little tiny hook that's going to hook onto that wire and that hooked onto the little paper clip. And there's two of those, and there's a little metal bell that we had to put together and make a little thing for it. So just put a touch of glue here and put it on this wire now while I can. I'm not hanging it while it's up in the air, no way in the world. That didn't stick. I need it to stick straight away. I'm going to find some of the other glue. That'll make it stick straight away. Alright, which way is the hook facing? That way. Alright, so the next one was this little piece of paper, same thing, fold it in half, make a little paper clip, make a little hook. It's going to hang on this wire too, and then we've got a little bead and chain and hook that we had to make to hang on this chain too. It's on there, but I don't think there's any glue on it because it fell down, it didn't stand up. No glue on it. Oh, get off without breaking. Okay. Okay. I think that'll stay. Now the little chain. I forgot the little candlestick for the desk too. The little chain is just a little chain, a bead, and a little hook we had to make out of the wire up the top. Two little beads, glued them together, make that hook, and hang that chain out of it, stick that chain inside. That's going to hang on this bit of wire too. I don't know what for. It's supposed to look good or something. Get on. Alright, got it. Have a great day, gotta go. See you, Kimberly. Thank you for joining once again. Lots of love, darling. I hope you're all well. That didn't glue. Neither did that. You bugger. Alright. Got it without breaking anything. Sorry guys, this one's gone. Oh no, only over an hour. We're doing all right. I thought it would have been 2 hours already. It feels like it. And we haven't got too much to go. We've just got to put all the things onto the floor now. Stick these walls up. Stick on there, you bugger. glue all around it, make it stay there. Alright, I'll make sure it's sitting that way though, so it hangs properly. Otherwise, if that glue sets, it'll be sticking out sideways. Alright, let's put these walls up. Let's do this. Let's do it. Hoping this glue works. I'm not using this glue anymore, it's disgusting here. Now, let's put it up. Got it? Now, this one, use some of this glue. Alright, now it's got to go onto that wall and under the floor. Can't even see because my head's bouncing, the wood's bouncing, my hands are bouncing, nothing's lining up. Hoping my hands know what they're doing here. Make sure there's no glue hanging over. Alright. Got it. Okay guys, here's the room. Let's put a bit of glue on that wall thing and hang it straight up so those pictures can sit down properly and hang the way they're supposed to. Without knocking that wall over. Wherever it goes, it's got to stay. It's good enough. It's going to stay. No, of course not. Not enough glue. It went on perfectly too, and straight. It just didn't work. Doesn't always work for me anyway. Oh, ugly. Oh, now I've got a crap load on there. Now it'll stick or it'll slip and slide now. Shit. Oh, sorry. I had done, then I knocked it off. So I pulled my finger away. Alright, got it. Alright guys, I thought it was a good idea, cheating, that I could, instead of having to get my paints out to paint these little shells and that black, I could use a Sharpie pen. It didn't work because the glue has now smeared the black Sharpie pen all over my white paint for the wall. So don't use the Sharpie pen and be lazy like me, use the paint. I'm going to have to find the roll of glue. Otherwise these things, every time I pick this up to show you in the next few weeks, everything's going to fall apart. I don't want to. Alright, let's just do this. Alright, so the desk needs to go into that corner. Got 2 lots of glue going here. I should be able to do this shortly. Okay. So he's got to go in the back corner. I don't know why I glued it all. It's got nothing to stick to except for the window frame. I should have glued this edge, not that edge. Right. I'll wipe all that off. You're going to see it through the window. The window's nowhere near touching it. Okay. Somewhere here it touches. Sorry guys, it's very just the glue on your fingers too while you're putting it all together. Alright, so let's plop that plan up nicely. Now the little desk, side desk, is going to slip in there between the cupboard and the desk. So let's put some glue all over him. So down just that back side, because that's the only place that's going to glue to the desk. And here on the wall. desk because he's all dressed already. Oh, only just fit in there. Had to put in. Alright, it's a bit of an angle because it's had to go inside to go under the desk. Or it's going to sit between the two of them, which I don't want it to. See if it'll sit there. No. I haven't been gluing their legs. I've got to glue the bum of this one. Make it sit there properly. Oh, get out. Oh, get out, you bugger. Alright. Let's glue the legs. Not that much. Goodness. Oh, there's no legs. Let's glue the whole bottom. Good. Now I've got to watch how I put it in there because it's going to start gluing on the floor everywhere. Excuse me, I'll just turn him around. I want to get him straight in and not get too much glue everywhere. Right. Just wipe it up a bit. Cool. Alright. Next. Oh, on that desk, I forgot the candlestick. I said that before. And I still did. Bugger. I'm going to do this. To use me tweezers somehow. I've got to go over that wire and under the wire and over the desk and through the field we go. Put this on the bloody desk. Stupid. Alright. Let's just plop it there. Done. Cool. Wasn't as hard as I thought. Guys, we have 4 more things in here and we're done. Wow. Now, I cheated on the cactus. The cactus was not supposed to look like this. It was supposed to be a paper cactus. I did say today on my other live that I was going to think about making the real cactus because the last night I was on here with you, I gave up on the cactus too quick. And the next morning I came down with whatever flu or virus or whatever I had last week. And I was going to attempt to do the paper one, but I think this one will look all right. And I made it still out of the clay. So that'll do. All right, now this baby has got to sit in front of the cupboard as well. Why are you wobbling, cacti? Alright, this bit has just got to sit in front of the cupboard too, next to the cactus. Alright. You're going to hold on there, cactus. You know what I think it is? Because I didn't glue all the paper up. The paper's lifting up underneath. I only glued around the edges if you were here from the beginning to put the floor on. So, okay, I've learnt from that. I won't be able to do that again because it's lifting the things up and moving. Now, this little one goes over here beside the desk. It's just another bit of woodwork that this architect has made in his little office here. So it's just going to go there, sit there in the corner, so you can... Alright, last thing guys is the chair. My little lever's just about to snap off. Look at it, it's dangling. So we'll have to glue him back on. There he goes. Guys, this is the last thing, and we're done. We've built it. We've made it all once again. We've done it. This thing is incredible. The first dollhouse I made on my TikTok live, I burst into tears when I finished it, because I'm just amazed that I was so amazed that I could do that, and I'm still amazed every time I finish one that I actually did it. And I hope I'm encouraging you to not give up. If I can do this, you can do it too, or you can do anything you set your mind to. Just think of me and think, come on, we've got this. Because we have. Look at this. This is the last piece. And we're done. It's taken us an hour and a half to put it all together tonight. Still make a few extra things that had to go into it. And put everything together. And here we go. Last piece. Don't crunch that chair now. I've had real trouble with this chair all the way along. But there we go, guys. Last piece in. Yeehaw! There we go, guys. Jimmy's studio. So this one we had to make everything once again. The little cactus isn't supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be paper around wire. But I just wasn't feeling well that night. I gave up too quick. I might try it another day. But I wanted to put this together with yous tonight. Look at that. Just crazy. Crazy. And we did it all. We did it all together on the lives, so that, you know, you don't think I'm getting anyone to build this and cheating behind your backs while I'm not on here with you. And showing everyone that you can do it. If you want to do something, and you do it. I did change the colour of the chair in here. It was supposed to be orange. If you can see, just let me put the lid on this glue, because that glue wasn't too bad, but there's not much in there because it exploded. And then I want to do one more thing with you before I go, guys. Okay. So this is my final product of this one. So the only thing I changed was the chair. I painted blue, and the cactus, as I said, it was supposed to be paper. I ended up making it out of the clay. I don't think it matters too much, but one day I might attempt that cactus again. I've still got Doll here sitting, waiting to see whether I was going to be game enough. Because what it is you've got to put 3 bits around a bit of wire, so it sort of comes out with 3 points. And then put the wire around to make the branches, bend them up. Put the 5 different size papers on. I think this little cactus looks cute. I'll have to call him Clay. Because he's a clay cactus.